Here we go, here we go, here we go now. All right, guys. Happy Hump Day. Yeah, it's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day, guys. My name is Jason J. Birdie or Seva Sundar Singh, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. Let's make this thing happen. Let's get this party started. I love Hump Day. You know why? I've always loved Hump Day. I don't know. Wednesdays when I was a kid in school, Wednesday was my favorite day because it starts to you're just starting to feel like the weekend is in sight, like people, and then like in high school, people are like starting to make plans for the weekend around Wednesday. Everybody's like, we're talking about in homeroom, like, so what are you doing this weekend? What's going on? Where's the party? I just always have good memories when I think of Wednesdays and Hump Days. So that's why I started doing the Hump Day lives. So silly, I know. But anyway, I have fun. I enjoy it. Life is too short to take everything so heavy and serious. I learned that a long time ago. Mary Priest, Wen. Thank you. Same to you, Joni. I hope you can come Saturday and join us. I'm going to be doing, I was just announcing earlier, I'm going to be doing some free mini readings. Julene, nice to see you. So we're going to be doing that. Hey, Shannon, nice to see you. I hope you can join. Yeah, Saturday. We're going to probably do 9 o'clock. Probably start a little early, though, to get the games going, to see who's going to get on the list for free mini readings. Probably 9, like usual. Usually I do 9 o'clock. So, yeah. It's just such a great day to be able to give away some readings. I do request, though, anyone who wins that you do something to exchange energy. Send out some good energy and vibes for me. Say a prayer, say an intention for me. Or for, like my family. I don't want it to be like selfish for me, but there has to be an exchange of energy. And so since there's not going to be a monetary exchange on Saturday, there needs to be some other kind, right? In order to, complete the circle. That's just the whole deal. So yeah, Samhain is a great time to really take a moral inventory of yourself. It's the end of the year and start fresh, right? Welcome in some fresh things, set an intention for the coming year, for the next harvest to come. Because we don't live in the future, we live in the here and now, right? We stay grounded in the present. And the list is open tonight, $22.22 if you would like to get on the list to get a personal mini reading from me, Jay Birdie, yours truly. And it's going to be fun. The veil, again, this is the time of year traditionally and literally when the veil between our physical realm and the non-physical realms are very thin. The veil is very thin. So this is a great time leading up to and shortly after as well. Yeah, it's pronounced. It looks like the word Samhain or Samhain. It's a Gaelic word. It's pronounced Samhain or Samhain or Samhain or Samhain. It's pronounced differently depending on what area you're from, but Samhain, Sowin, basically. And it's a Gaelic words. If you look at a lot of Gaelic words, they're a lot like the English word, but just pronounced differently. And you can see it means summer's end. So think of summer's end when you're saying that word all together and really quickly. Samhain, summer's end, summer end, Samhain. That's what it means, is summer's end. And it's the representation of, like, if you're Wiccan, you definitely know it's the Wiccan New Year, and it's also the end of the old year. It's the harvest. It's the final harvest of the year, right? And so it's a great time to think about how you're reaping what you've sown and to start to sow seeds for the next year. Yeah. So a lot of people that are Wiccan or witches, I hate the word witch because there's so much of a negative connotation attached to it, but the majority of people who are practitioners of magic of any kind are very good, God-loving, goddess-loving, earth-loving people. Now, of course, there are people who use their gifts and their powers for darkness. In every profession, in every aspect of everywhere around the earth. And witchcraft, or that word, whatever, that's no different than anything else. But most people, I don't like it, but most people who, you know what though? Here's what people don't realize. If you're someone who has read The Secret and you use the law of attraction in your daily life, like positivity, they just call it positivity or whatever, you're a little bit of a witch. But because all it really is someone who recognizes their own ability within themselves to manipulate energy, to bring about what they want. It's not really any different. It's really not. It's manifestation, exactly, Joan. It's the art of manifestation. So, although I don't like the label, we kind of some witches. We kind of some good witches up in here if we are bringing about. And that doesn't mean that we can't be witches who love Christ, witches who whatever. I don't even care. It's just a stupid title, and people use it for negative things, you know. But it is what it is. In any event, I am Irish, strong Irish, and that's my ancestry. And so I was saying in the earlier broadcast, because this is a tradition rooted in the Gaelic tradition, the Irish Gaelic. I mean, there's so much of me that connects to that sort of druid, or what, not just druid, but that's one aspect that connects to and sort of resonates with that culture and that history. So. Anyway, the list is open. I have 2 people on the list. Faith, where is Faith at? Faith, are you back? Faith, I messaged you on Cash App. What I was doing, Faith, just so in case you were wondering, I should have just waited till we came live. When I sent guys on Cash App, if I ever send you like a request with a $sign, or I pay you a $sign, like $1, I'm not actually asking you for a dollar or paying you a dollar. What I'm actually doing is because on Cash App, the only way to communicate is in the notes section or the for section is by sending or requesting money. So when I send a request or I actually send you a dollar, it's not asking you for a dollar. Read what it says in the notes. Like I'm actually asking a question, and so you can just send it back and say, you can actually just not answer with the dollar. You can request a dollar from me back, and just send the info. Got it. I just am explaining that to you and to everybody because some people don't recognize. So I'm actually just asking for whatever is in the notes section for you to give it back, because I know you had sent a phone number, but I don't have a way right now privately to contact people via phone. I just do it. We pretty much operate through email or through like Skype. We can convo on Skype as well. Because you said something about a Zoom meeting or reading, and I don't know if you were talking about you need to book a reading, or I wasn't understanding, or if you were talking about the Zoom class I do or what. So we'll talk. No, I didn't, because I haven't checked since I messaged you back, Faith. But I'll look at it after I'll look at it after Zoom party reading. Zoom party reading, meow. What are you talking about? Good energy. We love it. We love it. A lot of Irish. Yeah, I can feel that from you, Rebecca. I can feel that from you. Especially when we do like a live when I've done like live readings with you face to face, I feel that. Just want to do it. You want a reading? You want like a personal 30-minute reading? Like this with a group. Oh, okay. Well, I do a class on Zoom once a week with a small group, but I don't usually do this on Zoom because, then if I do this with a group, it would just be like hanging out with a group. So, and for me, I mean, I have fun with everyone here, but for me, this first and foremost, it's a job. It's a job. But I would absolutely do that for you. Yeah, I would absolutely do it. I just want it to be where we know, like, the way I do it, where it's like a class or like a Zoom party type thing, I offer that. I don't have it listed in my whatever, but it has to be like where we plan it way ahead of time and set up a date and everything. It wouldn't be a thing where it's like I just do a Zoom like this. And the reason I would have to do it pre is because of the fact that you have to know like everybody that's going to be there, etc. Whereas here people can just come and go. You know what I mean? Of course I do, Kim. It's in every zodiac. If you ever watch my zodiac readings, it's always in the description. 30-minute readings are $75. 1-hour readings are $150. I do live or recorded, depending on what you prefer. I know, where's Kim been? I do live or recorded, whichever you prefer. The lives, of course, are face-to-face or via the phone, but I don't do phone anymore. I mainly do face-to-face via apps, because I have a couple different phone lines, but it's just too much. It's just one too many things. It's better to just keep it on an app. Okay, so Faith's question is, will we start shooting our project soon and will it be successful? Exciting question. I'm so lost and yet you are my fave. Don't be lost. It's not that. I mean, a lot of people do that that are readers on here on YouTube. A lot of people do private readings that are either recorded readings they send you or live, and they don't do both. I offer both because some people don't have time to do a live face-to-face reading because they're working all the time or whatever, and some people only want to do live. It just depends on you. So I like to offer both, and it's actually easier to get a live because when we schedule a live, we schedule it and it's done. With the recordeds, those are harder for me to get done because most people do recordeds and I get a long list going, and it's hard sometimes. Whenever I miss somebody or they're like, you never did my reading, it's because it was a recorded and it's being pulled from the list. If you can do a live, you're never going to miss. Like, we're going to always be able to get it done. It's not going to take long. We can schedule it within like 2 or 3 days. The recordeds are where sometimes I have issues because I get kind of busy and backed up on those. So it's actually better for you time-wise and everything if we do live. So, but yeah, what you have to do, and it's in the description, you make your payment first. You just send the payment to like the Cash App. Say you wanted a 1-hour live. You send $150 to Cash App and put your email in the for section. I'll email you as soon as I see the payment come through, or if it's on the weekend, the following Monday morning, I'll email you. I'll let you know, hey, I saw your payment. You wanted a live. This is my availability this week. Bop, bop, bop. I'll give you like 3 options. You message me back. We set up the time and we set up the either Zoom or Skype. It's pretty straightforward. Love it. Do one on Halloween. I'm doing a live here on Halloween on YouTube for, like I said, to do the for the free readings that I'll be doing. She left to go pay when I was talking about it, Malia. I don't think she was in here earlier when I was talking about it. But yeah, watch the video I just did a few minutes ago. I talk about it, Faith. So let's get Faith some info. So I only have right now on the list, we've got Malia. It's not actually you, right? It's for Jake. I've got Malia. I've got Faith. Hold on, I'm going to read off the list who I've got, guys. Hold on one sec. Just so we know, everybody knows where they're at. I've got Faith, Malia, /Jake, Joan, and Kimberly so far on the list. So I've got 4 on the list. We're not taking PayPal. We're just doing Cash App now that we're started. So Faith's question was about will they start shooting their projects soon and will it be a success? Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels and archangels, spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you for being guides, pillars, cornerstones, and helpmates. Thank you, Spirit team. Thank you for connecting me today and for the clear and direct messages that will resonate and give everyone exactly what they need. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Shweta. What's the guidance for Faith on her question? Wow, okay. That's good. That's what we need. Thought. So what I want to say, yeah, I've got to get a new P.O. box, guys. So hold off on the mailings right now. My time thing ran out on my P.O. box and I forgot to go renew it. So it's already been given to someone else, I guess. I've got to get a new one. I'm a slacker, y'all. I was being a slacker for a couple months there on stuff. I'm getting it back together now. So, you know, what's interesting, Faith, you've got something going on here before you start this project. Here's the thing. You've got the thought card coming out for your current energy. This definitely represents that there's some things I think this is going to go well. Everything looks good as far as your project going, whatever it is you're doing, going well. But before you do start it, there's still some things you need to get worked out. It's not time yet. You've got some things to get straightened out here before you start. You've got the thought card. And this definitely is a card in this situation that speaks to me about the fact that it's not time yet. You've got something, you've really got to, timing is really, really critical in whatever this is. And I want you to kind of look at this card. Do you see what it's saying? It's like there's a need for her. That's definitely representative of you in that card. Do you see what I'm saying? And there's a need for you to really put some special thought into something. There's a piece of this project that hasn't been fully thought out or considered. Maybe you're aware of that already and you just haven't gotten to it yet. But there's something to do. The healing card is here as well. Do you see that? The healing card. This came out reversed, crowning this. So what that tells me is there's an area within yourself, and it may be a confidence issue or a piece of yourself tied to what you're doing where maybe you're not, when it comes to doing this, whatever you're shooting or starting up, where you're a little bit uneasy about something, or like one piece of it, production or direction. There's some piece where you're like, I don't feel good about whoever's handling this. My confidence in this person or this thing, it's not on the dot. And sometimes you don't want it to be on the nose. You want it to be just to the side. But this is something you want everything to be on the nose. You know what I mean? Like this needs to be on the nose. And there's a piece to it that you're not quite comfortable with yet. You've got to get this piece worked out, because literally that's going to slow you down. You've got to get this piece worked out, and we want the healing upright. So it may have to do with to me, because the healing card has this person, I can't tell if it's a male energy or not. It's someone who feels this person's very confident in themselves. This person's got a purple cloak on and they're like, ooh, I'm styling with my hair. But I don't know if your confidence is there. Okay. So you just need to be aware in that, Faith. Shweta, I'm doing, I hear you. Good. I'm glad you hear that. So what I also see is, there's that tree frog or leapfrog type energy beside that person. That person may be pressing you or pushing you to jump off a cliff. So don't let anyone push you to jump off a cliff. If you know what I mean, don't let anyone in this situation press or push you to do something you're not quite ready for. Take your time. Now, as far as the project goes, look at this. You got some good stuff though, Faith. You got good. I'm glad you know what this is about. You've got some good stuff though. Look at this. This is the 9 of Swords. And it does, the 9 of Swords, so the 9 of Swords can represent a little bit of overthinking or feeling pressure, but this is not quite that. In this deck, the 9 of Air or the 9 of Swords is more about the fact that you want to really, whatever this project is, look at this card. This is beautiful. See how that third eye's opened up? There's literally, your hands are on fire, and there's that sword descending. What I feel like this represents, just your mind is lit up and colorful. It's this card and then this next card, which is also beautiful, which is like, it's actually the 7 of Earth, which can represent like seasons changing and patience. I think this is a great card for what we've been talking about, the pagan end of the year and the pagan new year. But this is literally like, these two go together, because what's happening here is your mind is opening and expanding, and your chakras are aligning, and you're becoming very connected to the earth in a new way. So how does this apply to this project you're talking about? Well, it's going to be easier for you to make these kind of decisions. You know, I was talking to, I think Malia, you and I, during your reading the other day, which is basically sometimes it's just social hour for us. We were talking about like alkaline water and stuff like that. I always hear people talking about drinking alkaline water to decalcify the pineal gland, to help your third eye properly, open. This is that type of thing. This is saying the more you focus on sort of the taking care of yourself and that self-care, mind, body, spirit stuff, and having them all working together properly, the easier it's going to be for you to see and deal with things and people like this. This is something Spirit wants you to focus on now. And I would even say, as the veil is thin in the next few days, to really connect to your spiritual team and ask for and look for signs for exactly what areas you should be focusing on. Because this isn't just about that third eye. It's about the alignment of your chakras. Because as you've done that stuff, look what happens. Another card representing the alignment and the balance between your light and shadow, right? Your light and shadow, you're doing all of this stuff not just in preparation for your new project, but in order to get yourself aligned for every aspect of your life, for your own destiny. A lot of this is about that. Now, this last card, before we get to your outcome card, a lot of cards came out for you. So sorry guys, this mini reading is going longer than most. They usually go about 3 or 4 minutes, but it's just a lot of cards I have to touch on. You got the Five of Air. The Five of Air can be tough, right? This can be that card about ego, needing to go through an ego death. However, in this Dreams of Gaia deck, it's a little different. This is more for you about knowing who you need to wear the mask around and knowing who you can take your mask off around. For example, in the place where I used to work, even though it was a family business and it was my dad's company, there were a lot of people there that just because I was, the son of the owner, and me and a lot of those people had very different life philosophies and outlooks about what makes you a good moral person and what doesn't. Because, there are some people who just think if you're gay or you've experimented with drugs in your life, you're not a moral person. You're automatically, nope. Those two things to my mind have nothing to do with your morality. To me, morality goes deeper than that. It's more about how you treat other people. And it's about how you make other people feel. Do you make other people feel important regardless of the way they look, the color of their skin, their sexual preference, all of those things. How they identify, their gender identity, all of those things. And the reason I mention that, so there are people you have to wear a mask around, right? There are people you have to wear a mask around. In this case, there are also people in your life you don't have to wear a mask around. I want you to really become aware of who you need to wear the mask around and who you don't. So it's not necessarily about ego, but it is ego in a sense, because our ego can fool us. Our ego can make us think, well, they're going to like me. They're not going to judge me for that. Once they get to know me, they'll think differently, and maybe I can help them to see that the world isn't black and white all the time, and in some ways it is. But no, that's not the case. Some people will not only not get that and they're not going to like you. They're not going to accept you the way you are, and it's just the way it is. It's very important for you to not let anyone clip your wings. So don't be blind to the truth, right? It's great to be colorblind and it's great to be a good person, and we should, but it's also important to recognize that not everyone is that way. And just to get by, yeah, it is heartbreaking, but just to get by, we have to arm ourselves to deal with people like that, unfortunately. Now, as you come through this, you've got another major, the Mother card. This is a lot like the Empress card. However, it's a little bit older. It's not so much a card of pregnancy. It's a card of pregnancy in the sense when we talk not about a live human birth, but about that project, like shooting that project. And the fact this came out upright and there's all this beautiful green in the card, it may not go as quickly as you'd like, but the outcome is good. So we do have this energy about, this is an earthy energy, right? So the guidance is don't try to rush it. Also, the outcome is it's not something you can rush. It's going to move a little slower than you might even be comfortable with. From start to finish, there will be growth spurts that'll feel good, but from start to finish, you have to just kind of be okay with that. It's not a thing that can move as quickly as you would like, this project, but it's going to go really well, really well. This is a good outcome card for you, but you have to be okay with things moving slowly. And the more people, the more hands in this pot, the more people involved in this, the more you have to accept that, okay, that the outcome depends on patience and a willingness to do things over and over and over. So overall, really good stuff. It feels really good, but take heed and really take those warning cards as warning cards, okay? Good luck, Faith. Say thank you 7 times on a daily basis from start to finish doing this project, okay? All right. You're welcome. All right, guys. Yeah, I saw Malia. Thank you for reposting it, Malia. Do you see any major career change for me in the near future? Jake. Yes, Jake. And just so you know, I don't know if Jake heard the thing I was joking. I was just joking earlier about the weight thing. I don't even know what your weight situation. I just was being silly. So Malia's off the hook, just in case you saw that. Yeah, I just made that up. I don't know. Just being silly. Okay, so the question is, thank you, Anne. Yes, thank you. Yes, and yeah, guys, try to, when I'm in the middle of a reading like I was for Faith, or when I'm doing this for Jake now, please try to keep the comments to a minimum and just hold space for the reading, because it's hard for me, because I'm looking for interaction with Jake or whoever I'm doing the reading with at that time, so I'm going to be looking at the chat. But if you're chatting about something that has nothing to do with the person I'm talking to or about, it can be really distracting to my flow. And it doesn't make me mad, it's just very frustrating, you know what I mean? What's the outlook for Jake's career in the near future? Wow. So the cards are flying. That's a good sign. Anytime the cards fly, it's a good sign. Even if they can be frustrating cards, I just feel like it's a good sign when the energy is that strong and the cards are flying, because it tells me that there's a lot of involvement from the spiritual side, from that team, and that means that there's an awareness that this is an issue or something that's good or needs to have attention paid to it. Yeah, you're definitely okay. Okay, so there's definitely something new coming in for you. There's no denying that there's something new coming in for you, but you are getting a lot of guidance here, Jake, to focus on. I don't know, this may be something you don't take, I don't know, it feels like you're getting a lot of guidance. He's very tapped into. Yeah, you've got a lot of guidance here to keep being tapped in, to really, really, this when you see a card like this where the energy is split between dark and light right down the middle, that's sort of very telling to me about where you're at spiritually. That you're kind of, it looks like you're at a place where there's so much in life that feels really good, like exciting, like wow, good thing, where you can almost feel the good things coming in before they've gotten here. But there's also an acknowledgement that like you've got some real shadow work to do. You've got some real deep healing to do that may be a little painful. Like this is like, a lot of times this goes back to childhood stuff and areas where it's really easy as adults to try to just block out those things that haven't healed yet, but it really does hinder us forever until we go deep in there and let some things get addressed and then healed. It's not a lot of work. It's not like, oh, you've got to go to counseling for the rest of your life because somebody punched you in the boys' bathroom in the balls when you were 5. No, it's nothing like that. It's like there's just pieces of us that shut down when we have a wound or get hurt or harmed, and it can be little or huge. What's more important isn't the actual thing, it's the way it affected us. And it's not what actually happened. You can't tell how that affects somebody. We all respond differently. Some of us are more sensitive to certain things and less. But this represents to me that a big part of your alignment and the sort of the completing of a circle, like in your life, is about taking time. And since we were asking about your job, I'm thinking this has to do with your ability to accept more. Because what I was thinking about when your cards were coming out was, a lot of times my spirit guides take me to an experience or someone else's experience in my life that I remember to like trigger something for me to tell you. And what I was seeing was a friend of mine, she was applying for a job and she didn't have a college degree, and because of that, she had always like assumed she was worth less in the workplace, and she was applying for a job and she was afraid to ask for what she really wanted as far as the income, because she didn't think she would get it or that they would consider her worthy of that amount of pay. And I remember I was like, but Marilyn, you're not going to get it if you don't ask for it. And you're certainly not going to get it if you don't believe you deserve it. Do you believe you deserve this? Like, there's a certain thing here about your own perception of your worthiness and what you're worth. And I don't know if that's about the job you're at now or the potential for a new placement or a new company, or both. Probably it's to do with both. But you make sure you don't devalue yourself and stop from getting what you truly deserve, because that is what this feels like. And above it, I have the 6 of Cups or 6 of Water. This is a card about a cyclical thing that karmic energy that's come through from past lives. In a love reading, this would be about a soulmate, the relationship between a soulmate that you've had a relationship with for many lifetimes, and stuff, karma that's pulled through. So in a career question, this is saying there's a cycle you may be unconsciously repeating, and it may have to do with something you've brought with you that's stamped on your soul from other lifetimes, from back in your childhood. It's not about whether it's a lifetime ago or 20 years ago, this lifetime. It's telling me something from your past is repeating. It's a repetitive loop, and you can't get out of it, or you haven't tried to get out of it. You may not even be aware of it. I really want you to look at this though, because this feels like a worthiness issue, and we all have them to a certain extent, but this is about your worthiness in the workplace, what you expect, what you demand really. And people don't know what to give us, it's like when I decide what my value is worth, or somebody decides what their value is worth as a reader. I remember a new reader that's become a friend of mine. He was like, well, what should I charge for whatever? And I was like, I don't know, that's for you to decide, but don't devalue yourself. And then he did like a mini reading or something for like, I don't know, $5 or something. And I was like, do you think that you're devaluing the work a little bit? Don't devalue the work you do, what you're worth, before you even talk about looking for something new. Now, as far as what's coming in for you, it's something good. You've got the 8 of Fire here. The 8 of Fire, to me, in the traditional tarot, there's 8 wands and they're all shooting forward. So Jake, the 8 of Fire suggests not only do you have the potential for a career change, you have the potential for, like I said, if you can really set the intention and affirm positively these things to yourself, you have the potential for something that's not only a change, but a big change that really is fulfilling to you. Now, there's harder work involved as well with this card, but this is really, really a good card as far as change. You also got the Integrity card. This card is about knowing, it's kind of like the card that I was just talking to Faith about with the mask. It's about knowing intuitively knowing situations where you can be more casual and off the cuff versus situations where you need to be a little bit more reserved. We're talking about in the workplace, in interviews. You're gonna find, I feel like Spirit is gonna send you an interview with someone who you're gonna intuitively know you could have a real connection with, like a brotherhood, or maybe if it's a woman, it could be like a feeling of sibling, like you feel very close to. And that's someone you can be a little more off the cuff with, right? More casual with. Don't be afraid to do that when intuitively, when I'm talking intuitive, mind, heart, when these things click and you just know, I can trust this person, I don't have to be so formal, because that might get you the job. Now, there's other times where you're going to feel just the opposite. I can't trust this person, I can't be informal, I need to be, tie straight, buttoned up. This is an opportunity here. But overall, the whole point is integrity. This is the Integrity card. If you do those things we mentioned here, don't devalue yourself, don't underestimate your worth, and then operate with integrity in all of your affairs, you've got good things coming. The outcome card that came out for you is the Ace of Earth. Malia can tell you, if you're not really into tarot, she would know. The Ace of Earth, the aces represent something new coming in. And the green, the earth energy, is not only something, the earth energy is something stable, something lasting. And what is green? Money, abundance. So you've got this opportunity coming in that's going to offer you something stable, long-term, and money, honey. That's good. This is good stuff. I really like it. Also, above that, the 5 of Earth came out, and this is an interesting card. It's about choices. Sometimes choosing more money doesn't bring happiness. I feel like and I don't know why this is the case. Once you've worked on these things that kind of need to heal, and I think as a friend, Malia could certainly help with that. She's good at finding the modalities that work. I don't know, the reason I mentioned her is because I don't know where you're at, but it's not even about the opportunities that are offered. It's about, you're going to get some tests in here too. There's tests. And that's for our own spiritual growth. We get these tests, but there's going to be a test in there where you have to choose between happiness, and feeling fulfilled versus becoming a workhorse, being paid even better, but just feeling really unhappy. So this is going to be sort of like, You can have your cake and eat it too. You're not gonna have to choose between happiness and money. There's gonna be that perfect, like Goldilocks will have the perfect bowl of porridge. You just have to be able to kind of weave your way through this and really eyes wide open so that your heart's open. You can feel your way. This is a test for you to grow as a human being spiritually and to learn to really, more than ever, feel your way through a situation. You're going to have great lessons to teach your daughter based on this experience for you in the next few months, and sort of be open-minded to everything that's coming. But the biggest thing right now, in the now, in the today, you've got some stuff to heal. Find what modality works for you as far as like healing some stuff, and you gotta really make sure your heart and your mind match when it comes to your worth and what you're willing to accept. Okay? Good luck. Oh, what did you say? This is so accurate and exactly what we were speaking about tonight. Oh, good. I'm glad that it makes sense. Thank you so much, Jason. That was amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Makes me happy when a reading really resonates for somebody. Okay. Hold on a sec. So next is Joan. Good luck on the job front, Jake. Joan, and then Kimberly. I'm gonna take my glasses. Okay, career question. We'll continue doing massage and healing sessions, but it's getting a bit crazy with COVID again. Any guidance? Thinking realtor license for flipping houses. Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I've thought about doing that too as like a side thing because I'm always looking, at like real estate and being able to buy a place on the beach or being able to buy a place in Colorado, just different things. So I've always thought about why not be a broker myself, a realtor. So I definitely can relate to that. And I think it's a great way to make money, on the side or straight up, right? Let's see. What's the guidance for Joan regarding career? Joan, guidance, likelihood, energy, where's it at? Wow. Emotions, whoops, okay. I'm gonna stop right there and now. Hold on, Joni. You've got the King of Air. This is representing you currently. So I think you're at a place where Spirit is guiding you to really decide. It's almost the opposite of what I was just telling Jake. Not that you shouldn't have your heart or your emotions play a role in your career path, but this is really like for you about logic, being logical and methodical, because it's for you, you're not making like a career choice for a lifetime for the next 50 years. You're looking at something that you really want to be able to go for the money for the next, 5-10 years, really go for the money, put some money away, and then get out and go live your life doing what you want to do the rest of the time, right? So it's kind of a different vibe than Jake. For you, it's more important to be the King of Air or the King of Swords, which is very logical, very cutting, logical, and very much focused on what's going to get you the most money in the shortest amount of time to stash away so that you can retire to Florida, and I don't mean literally retire to Florida. When I say retire to Florida, I'm talking figuratively, so that you can go live your life, spend time with your beloved, with your grandson, etc., right? Your kids. And so for you, you do have the emotions card next. What does that mean when I just said all that stuff? Well, what it means is this is about long-term emotional stability and happiness for you. And so what part of what your focus is now logic, the money thing and all that, and then thinking on a 10-year rotation or a 10-year plan of how am I going to be able to set myself up to be fulfilled and emotionally content in 10 years. That's the thing. Because right now, doing the massage thing and doing healing stuff, that's fine and that's great. And it's service work. But you're on a schedule where you want to get to where you can retire and live the good life. So this is definitely about, when it comes to the emotional stability, the emotional fulfillment, the seeing things from a heart happy place. Don't worry about tomorrow. Think 10 years down the road for that stuff. Now, look, she's also holding that sword in the emotions card. So it's very much about what's going to get me, how am I going to cut. I see this woman kind of standing at the edge of like not a jungle, but like a forest type jungle atmosphere, because there's like a lot of palmetto bush and palm trees and stuff like that. And she's got that sword, and what she's trying to do is, instead of having to take this long way to the finish line, she's trying to cut her a direct path from where she is to where she needs to go. And so you're like macheting that stuff, you know, to cut yourself a path. That's what you've got to do. And you're going to see the opportunities come right before you. I don't know that real estate is or is not the answer. I don't really see that here. I'm going to show you the rest of the cards. I was looking at those, though, when they came out, and it probably is about two things. I think real estate's involved, but I don't know. I still see you somehow involved I know this is weird, but working with literally real estate, like with plants and greenery. And I'm seeing a lot of like outdoor stuff for you. So it's not real estate like being a real estate agent. It's something to do with something tied to that, like similar to someone who stages houses, but something to do outside, almost like a landscaping energy. I don't know, a garden, landscaping, greenhouses, florists, something in that area. It's something more about that, and I don't know what it is. It's almost like being someone who caters or something, but to do with the outdoors. If I get more on that, I'll get back to you, because I know, and I just don't know what that is for you. Anyway, so you've got here the Two of Fire. Again, I think this happens to us, like I was just saying to Jake, it's about tests, right? Like a lot of us, we get these tests that come in to try to really, they force us to decide who we really are at our core. Like, who are you at your core? What matters to you? Who do you love? What do you love? Who and what do you value? And the sad thing is sometimes you don't get to choose who and what you value until you know who and what you're allowed to value. Because if someone doesn't want to be in your life, you can't value them, right? So there's that. But this is a crossroads. That's that crossroads energy. And you've got choices to make. And both of them are based on action. Like, this isn't like one choice is very action oriented and the other one kind of passive. I'm going to sit back on my recliner and chill and, you know, knit some sweaters. No, these are both action oriented choices, and both feel very exciting, fulfilling, and they're going to take you where you need to go. So I don't think you need to worry or have a lot of mental anxiety about, are you going to make the amount of money you need? Are you going to get what you need to get where you want to go? Yeah, you're going to be fine in that. But this is the card, the Senescal, that was making me feel that energy, like I said, about like outdoor stuff. Now, another thing to notice about the Senescal is like a servant to the king or a servant to the queen. This has to do with royal energy, or being the next, not the royal, but the one right below them. This is a card about service. Again, there's a lot of outdoor energy. You can see the Mastiff. That dog looks like a Mastiff to me. If anyone wants to correct me, go ahead. There's the Mastiff there, and then there's all of this green. For me, and those eyes are just so crystal clear. There's a lot of like, what you need to be doing is looking at all of this from the perspective of, yes, service has brought me where I am, but service is also going to be the thing. So it's not about emotional, like where your heart is, but it is about finding a way to make what you need to make monetarily, while also focusing on service. There's a service aspect to this. And then you also got this Desire card. This is your outcome card. I feel like this is really stating that, you know, your heart's desires are coming in for you. They're all coming in, and they're going to be really like little rewards coming in for you. This is a great card. Look how beautiful this card is, guys. This is a great card, Joni. Look at the Ace of Fire eating out of the palm of your hands. The Ace of Fire is literally eating out of the palm of your hand. So it's like you've got this new beginning in love coming in that's just so beautiful and so precious. It's precious-ful. Okay, so what do we have here then? You're definitely at that crossroads. It's time to make some choices and not just talk about them. Hey guys, hey, welcome. Definitely time to make some choices and not just talk about them. Have faith and take comfort in being able to make quick choices, being decisive in your choices. For you, like I said, both paths are going to be very similar. Whatever you choose, both paths are very similar. They're both fiery. So both fiery paths, very Leo type energy, very Aries. Like you're going to be in charge. You're going to feel in charge. You're going to feel fulfilled from both. You're also going to feel like you're leading the way. You're also going to have that Leo energy where you're kind of going to enjoy being in the spotlight or in the sun. And so either way, I feel like it's going to be good for you. Hey, Caitlin, nice to see you. Hello, Sally. Nice to see you, Sally Francis. All right, so that's what I've got. If anything else comes out about that sort of landscaping, gardening type of energy, I will let you know, Joan. I'm still not really sure exactly what that's about, but more to come, hopefully. Kimberly. Next is Kimberly. I have Nora. I got your payment as well. So Kimberly and then Nora. You guys, and don't forget, guys, if you didn't hear, I'm going to be on Halloween or Samhain or Samhain. We're going to be celebrating Summer's End, or the Wiccan or pagan New Year. So in celebration of that, I'm going to be doing free mini readings. So to figure out who gets the free mini readings, what do we have to do? We have to play games. I know it sucks, but we got to play some games. So come on, join us Saturday, probably about 8:45, 9 o'clock. Come play some games, try to win a free reading. If you're not normally able to get a reading, it'll be a great way to get a reading. And that's my way of saying thank you to my spiritual team, my guides, and for all the love, is to give away some stuff. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Headlights shining in the dark night I drive on. Maybe we took this too far. I want a new life. Currently a learning coordinator at Amazon. I was asked last week by my regional. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. What's the outcome of the application for Kimberly and any guidance she needs at this time for the regional position at Amazon? God, what would we do without Amazon, guys? I remember this time last summer, I was literally, because I was kind of depressed after like a separation, twin soul, like no communication separation experience. I was literally buying stuff from Amazon every single day so that that was the only excitement I had in my day, was when my Amazon deliveries came. Just terrible. Just terrible. Pitiful. How pitiful. Okay. Outcome and guidance for Kimberly. Regional position. All right. So I think good things coming your way. You've got the healing card. Yeah, me too. I have, I think, like 40 decks of tarot or oracle cards. I guess to some people that's not a lot. I know people who have more. I think Jai has more than me. But it's the time frame in which I ordered them that was so bad. Like I ordered them all within like a month and a half. Yeah, I'm going to close the list up. So my last person tonight will be Nora. Sorry, Bella. Okay. 7 of Fire. Be careful about being a little defensive when it comes to, there may be either people around you as far as like the line of command, or someone who, I don't know what it's like doing what you do, but there may be, that card represents a little bit of defensiveness, but I feel like it's valid or warranted. Like maybe somebody could cause you to feel that way. It may be somebody that maybe is either jealous or a little bit uncomfortable with what you're doing within the company. I'm not sure if that's already happened or if it's in the future. But it felt, when I said be careful, so it may be in the future. Like this may be a little bit of warning. It's not anything to really worry about. You've got the healing card in your foundation. That's a good energy. I think anything that does come your way is going to be good. You know, that purple coat / cloak, lavender purple, whatever. It's always a good sign. That's a sign that someone is very important or very special. I feel like the fact that that's in your foundation, if this is a promotion, you're going to get it. I feel, and if you don't, you're going to get some other kind of promotion as the result of this. So even if you don't get this specific position, be expecting a promotion of some kind very soon. So that's really good. You have Hold on, I'm not sure. A lot of things are aligning for you right now. Timing, where you at, your personal growth, where you're at, your personal growth. Yeah, my team, there's a trainer that once thought she should have my, yeah, there, that's what that, I think that's probably, it's a female energy, as you can see. Okay, that person may just have a little bit of ants in their pants for some reason, and I don't think it's actually, what I was going to say, I don't think it's actually about you, Kim. I think it's about them. I think it's about them and their insecurity, and I think that they would do that to anyone. I don't think it's specifically about you. This is a person who's maybe not comfortable with anyone getting any, like they're very, you know, kind of like siblings can be very like, what about me? That's not fair. Me too, you know, that type of energy. Don't play into that. Don't be a part of that. There's timing and opportunity. All of that's lining up for you very fortunately right now. So it's not even about that position. Good things are coming for you. Just remember that. You've got this opportunity coming your way. You know, the six, you've got the six, is that fire or air? Fire. So you've got the six of fire here. This, even though this card looks very kind of like there's about to be a fight here, it's not. This is actually, it's like a truce. So you're coming into a place where I don't know if it's about like a promotion and the promotion that's coming or this opportunity, or it's about just what you're going to be doing at work. You're coming into a place where you're not only going to have sort of a calm and feel very good about what you're doing. There's just this energy. You've also got the Three of Water here. So this feels like three people, and this also, the Three of Water, and then this card. I feel like you're coming into a place where whoever you're going to be working with directly for, it's going to be a really good energy, because this feels like a coming together, a celebration, and you're going to feel really good. So there's going to be you and two other people in this workplace on this team that you're going to just feel really like you're in a great place with. Yeah, definitely some calm. Now, don't confuse it with lack of business. You're going to be busy. Like you're still going to be busy, but I think the atmosphere is going to feel really good. God, my hair is so high right now, like super tall. Got some height right here. It looks higher too when the sides are shaved like this. Sorry guys. So you're going to feel really, really, there will be three of you. Okay, well, there it is. You can see that in these cards. Three of Water, and then this isn't a three card. This is a six, but it's Six of Swords. But you can see there's two people here with the swords and then someone overseeing things. So that also could represent you kind of butting heads with somebody and someone having to get in the middle of it, or it could be you having to get in the middle of two people butting heads. I don't feel that's the case. I feel like you're going to be beautiful and fine. Whatever, and Spirit wants you to remember, you've got these two cards. This is crowning this. This is the Three of Earth, and this is the Two of Earth. What this is about, obviously you can see all this green, which is abundance coming your way. Spirit wants you to recognize that you planted these seeds. This is something you brought into your life. These good things, these rewards that are coming your way, yes, you brought this into your life, Kimberly. You planted these seeds. Yes, you worked with your spiritual team. Yes, your guides helped you, but you did this, and you need to give yourself credit for that. You did this to and for yourself. Do not doubt, do not deny, do not undersell yourself. Hey, Jai from Channel for Grace is here. Jai is here. Hang around, Jai. I'm going to mention something. Guys, I'm going to mention something after I finish this reading for Kim real quick. And then you've got this Two of Earth, which is your outcome card, Kim. You're going to be busy. Like I said, don't think the calm means you're not busy. You're busy, but look, you can handle it. You're juggling a lot of things, but you can handle it. You got that third eye wide open, your psychic gifts, your spirituality, that mind, body, spirits all working together, and it's going to be able to be managed well, right? This is all things you can handle. Don't think you can't handle it. You can. You're going to be the one who's able to juggle all this stuff and be just fine. But remember, this is your harvest. This is your crop. You're reaping the rewards, and you deserve it, okay? So that's really good. So again, you're either going to get that position or some other promotion. I think probably that position, but if you don't, for some reason, watch. Something else is going to be either offered to you or come up for you. So really good stuff. Okay. Jai, who just came in, guys, I want to mention to you, Jai and I are going to be leading you, anyone who's interested, and hopefully a lot of you are, we're going to be leading you on a 10-day intensive cleanse, and it's going to be super, super exciting and fun. It's going to be life-changing if you want it to be, and if you allow it to be, and if that's what you manifest. So I would really recommend you join us for this cleanse. We do Purium. And Jai, we need to set a day to do readings together again and actually talk to everyone about Purium. So I'll text you after this. Let's set up a day and time. I know you had stuff going on this week with your book. We really need to do it soon, though. Maybe like Friday. I don't know what you've got going on. Are you free in the next couple days? Because we really do need to do it soon so people can order their product. But anyway, guys, I didn't put anything in the description about this. We're leading a cleanse, 10-day intense cleanse. It's an amazing cleanse. Purium is an amazing product, and it will make you feel so good. I call it my high vibrational drink. Vegan, all natural, organic, really good stuff. Really good stuff. And gluten-free. It'll make you feel really good. This is the best time with the veil so thin to be taking care of yourself. Okay, let's do it tomorrow. So guys, join us tomorrow night. Join us tomorrow night. We'll do maybe some mini readings for anyone who wants to get in on it. And also we're going to talk all about Purium. So we'll be here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Does that sound good, Jai? 9 o'clock? Yeah, 9 o'clock. And yeah, November 9th. Thank God the election will be over. People will be more chill, hopefully, unless there's some drama. But yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, so last but certainly not least is Nora. Did I miss anybody? I think Nora, you're next. Okay, what does Nora need to know at this time from Spiritus? Okay, what just fell? Something just fell for you. Okay. So make sure that you're not being a little bit closed off, or it's not even closed off. The Seven of Fire is a card about protection, right? It's about protection. But sometimes we can protect ourselves to the point that we're not able to receive something that's really good or for us because we get a little bit, like if we get our heart broken, for example. Sometimes we get our heart broken and then we're not open to love when it comes, right? Some beautiful person could come into our life who just wants to love us, but we've become hardened to it. I'm not saying that's what this is about, but that's an example of where your protection can become a hindrance instead of a help. So there's just a tone, just a light note, right? Very light note about that. Ooh, okay, good, good, good. Now, what you've got here, what's that? The Sage, emotions, and intellect. So you're at a big place in your life, it looks like, when it comes to your own personal growth. Yeah, I tend to be too cautious. Okay, and that's okay. Like, it's not bad to be cautious, but if you're doing it to the point that it becomes like a hindrance to your growth, that's when you want to be careful. And you've got big growth on the horizon. Look at this. You've got the King of Air. You've got the Sage. So this for you is a lot about, and then you've got the emotions and intellect card. For you, there's a need to find a balance between your intellect, right? The mental energy and processing things and logic, because you've got a lot up here. I'm feeling a lot of that energy, and something's happened where your heart's a little bit like. So what you want to do is find the balance between the two, kind of it's not like you need to drop it down from your head space to your heart space. I don't feel that, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a balance, because your energy wants to be very logical here. These cards suggest that, but with this emotion and intellect card, and right behind it is the emotions card, that suggests that you're teetering, or you have in the recent past, maybe as a result of being hurt, you may be teetering on the verge of neglecting your emotions for protecting and sort of being cautious and like focusing more on the intellect. This is a water, even though this says emotions and intellect, look at this card. I mean, this is a watery card. That's an ocean behind there. So that's a card about emotions, right? This is about emotional flow, feeling, connected and allowing yourself to be open-hearted so that you can have new experiences. Eyes wide open, yeah. Of course, eyes wide open, right? We've got to be eyes wide open and logical, but there's a need to be open because there's this beautiful ace wanting to come in for you. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire. All this beautiful new beginning energy is wanting to flow in for you, and Spirit's kind of saying, we're having a little trouble getting through the door. The door feels like it's wedged shut. Shut is okay sometimes, not all the time, but wedged shut is not okay. Spirit needs to be able to get the flow in because there's something on the horizon for you that's going to be very fulfilling emotionally, and it's going to feel like destiny. It's going to feel like destiny, like, wow, this was meant to be, but you can't get to that if you're a little bit shut down because of having been hurt or let down or disappointed, even heartbroken. So just try to be a little bit, be open to love. That's great. But you might be you might want to be open to love and think you're open to love, but not be as open as you think you are. Because a lot of times, like I'm like that, very thinking I'm open to love and in a relationship. But then when I look at kind of my behaviors, my daily life, and the way I respond when I have it in front of me, it's different. So the thing here is to really let your meditation, your focus, and your affirmations be about, I am loving, I am loved, I am worthy of love, I am open to love, I am open to love, I am open to love, I am always open to giving love and receiving love. Love flows. Look at your money and love are two separate entities, but they kind of flow from the same place. Like where one goes well, the other goes well. That tends to be the case. Not always. There's always an exception, but that tends to be the case, okay? So I would look at that. But you've got good things coming here. A lot of major cards. The biggest thing is there's a need to strike a balance for you between your emotions and your intellect. The Sage card is a great sign for you. This says you're becoming someone who's really wise. Look at this card. You've got the owl on your shoulder. Well, see there, you just got a great job offer. So that tells me that the next thing that comes in is going to be a great love offer. That's the next thing on the list for you, and it's going to come in. So just be aware and just know that, look at this. You've got the owl on that shoulder. You've got your comrade over there, that wolf, and you've got your flame there lit up. This sage is very wise and is very independent. And it's good to be wise and it's good to be independent, but don't let it be at the expense of your love life. Okay, you still we all are not meant to be alone. We still need partnership, companionship, and that's on the way for you. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, truly be welcoming to it. And the way to get into a place where you're really welcoming to it is to get into a place where your emotions are able to flow. And the way to practice that is to make sure that your emotions flow freely in your closest relationships, your familial relationships, your friendships, right? Are your emotions able to flow freely in those relationships? And if not, why? And if so, demonstrate how to yourself. And remember, it's so important, the affirmations. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I am loving. I give and receive love freely. I am open to love. My heart is open. My heart is full. But there's room for someone new, for romantic love. Affirmations are so important. And say thank you 7 times before that thing you're waiting for even has the chance to get here. You have to be thankful for it before it arrives. That helps Spirit get it into you, okay? All right, thank you, Nora. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great and lovely rest of your night. Remember, Saturday for Samhain, we're going to be doing some fun mini readings. So come and play games with us. And remember, tomorrow night, me and Jai are going to be here to talk to you about the cleanse and to probably do some mini readings as well. We'll let you know tomorrow. Love you too. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.